श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ॐ मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्त कौमुदीयं विरच्यते. So we are seeing this Munitrayam Namaskritya Mangalacharana. In that Mangalacharana, so Yam Parshtikanvayaha, we were in that place. Iti Nyayavidam Sugamaha iti alam vistrena. It is very easy for people who know this Nyaya. Nyaya means logic. Okay, Nyaya means crudely translated, it is logic. Logic can be in the form of proverb. Okay, normally in the world we see some proverbs. So proverbs are basically some logic. Okay, they apply in a particular situation. So it can be a worldly logic like that, or the logic of the logical school of logic. Okay, it can be that, or it can be the logic which is derived at in the Purvamimamsa or Uttamimamsa Vedanta school. Okay, so in the worldly logic and the other logic we know, but the logic of the Purvamimamsa and Uttamimamsa are not simply like explained like the logic of world or the logic of the logicians. This is a adhikarana. We say adhikarana. Adhikarana means topic. Okay. For each conclusion which is called as nyaya, there is a adhikarana. There is a topic. Inside that topic, there can be any number of sutras, even one sutra. Okay. So there, the opponent will raise a question. Then the he'll give a choice for answers, and he'll pick up a wrong answer, and we'll have to give the right answer. So that final right answer is the Siddhanta Paksha. That is what is called as Nyaya. So here he is presenting you with a Nyaya from Purvamimamsa. He is an expert in Purvamimamsa, which you can see in many places from here. See, one expertise in one shastra does not mean that he is not an expert in other shastras, which is very evident in our tradition. See, in Vedanta, only first day or yesterday we saw in Vedanta, Gudhartha Deepika, for a word, which kind of form is a right form, you have to accept that. You have to understand that Akriti Gana, from this Akriti Gana, this is the form, etc. He is explaining. So from this standpoint of Sanskrit, how it should be interpreted was explained. Is explained in Vedanta. Similarly, in grammar, the standpoint of the others is accepted as the logic to be applied here is explained. Okay, Pashtika, Prishte Bhava Pashtika. Prishta means behind. So that which happens behind, later, associate with something later, is called as a Pashtika Anvaya. We saw this. Okay, now Munitrayam iti karmani dvitiya. Munitrayam, this word, Munitrayam namaskritya, in this Munitrayam, this word is karmani dvitiya. The second case in the declension, in the verbal in the nominal declension, this is the second case. Okay, karma. So subject, object, we call it. In English, they call it object. This is a very, very complicated thing. We are not getting into, because subject can be object and object can be subject. In this way, it's a very complicated relationship. So let us just leave it like that. So this is the second declension. That is the idea. Okay. Now, Namaswasti Sutra iti Chaturthi Tuna. Why he is saying it is in second declension? Why should he say that this is in second declension? Because the rule according to Sanskrit grammar is, when there is a Namaha, Munitrayam Namaskritya, Namaha Kritya. So Namaha, when you say Namaha, you have to use fourth case. That is the rule. Namaswaha Swasti Swalam Swasti Namaswasti Swaha Alam Vasha Yogacha. There is a sutra. So based on that, it should be in fourth case. It is not done in fourth case. Iti tu na, not definitely in fourth case. Why? कारक विभक्तेः बलियस्त्वस्य वक्ष्यमाणत्वात्. वक्ष्यमाणत्वात् we are going to say later in the future. वक्ष्यमाणत्वात् future tense, as it is going to be said. What is going to be said? बलियस्त्वात् iti. It is stronger. What is stronger? कारक विभक्तेः. कारक विभक्ति is stronger. It is going to be explained later. But what is it stronger from? You have to say that. You have to know that. Karaka Vibhakti is stronger, but what is it stronger from? From iron? No, we are not talking about metal. Okay, elements. From more than air or water? No, not those elements. My grandmother? No, we are not talking about people. Then what is it stronger from? It is stronger from another kind of Vibhakti. There is Karaka Vibhakti, there is Upapada Vibhakti. Okay? So, here Karaka Vibhakti is powerful than the Upapada Vibhakti. What is Karaka Vibhakti? An association of some sort with a verb is Karaka Vibhakti. An association, word in association of some sort with a noun is a Upapada Vibhakti. You get it? Karaka Vibhakti means it's a verbal association. Upapada Vibhakti means it is a nominal association. So a verbal association is more powerful than nominal association. When I say going, so he is going, I am going, etc. There is a general usage. When you say in Sanskrit, it is very clear. Gacchami. There means I am going, not he or she. I am going. Gacchami. Aham gacchami. Even if you don't say that aham, it is quite understood. But when I say I, what happened to I? What does to I? So there are so many questions. So this is it does need not be normal always like that. A nominal word can also make you in for the verbal action, an action. How? Like when we say door. When you say door, what does that mean? If it's open, you are asking someone to close it. If it is closed, you are asking him to open it. Fan. When I say fan, it means if it is off, you have to switch it on. If it is on, you have to switch it off. These are things. So when I refer to a noun, the action, the verb is also sometimes understood. So here we are not going to get into that. We will discuss that in detail later in that place wherever he is going to discuss the Karaka Vibhakti. So Karaka Vibhakti is powerful. Karaka Vibhakti is some association with the verb. That is the idea we have to understand here. Okay. Iti Vakshamanatvat. Namaskritya. Munitrayam Namaskritya. What does Namaskritya mean? By doing salutations. That is the meaning. By doing salutation. But what is salutation? Namaskara. What is there to understand? Namaskara. Namaste Guruji. You say Namaste. You fold your hands and say, this is Anjali Mudra. This mudra is called folding your hands. Holding both palms together is a Anjali Mudra. It's a mudra. Okay. So that is why he says Namaskritya Anjali Shiras Sanyogadi Vyaparena Toshitva. So Anjali Mudra is generally referred to as Namaskara. But Namaskara is of different grades. It is not just holding your hands in front of you. That is a simple Namaskara. Folding your hands, holding your hands, both your palms together in front of your eyes, in front of your forehead is a better Namaskara. Holding your hands above your head is a even better Namaskara. Okay. So Namaskara, better Namaskara, even better Namaskara, and the better Namaskara is a Sashtanga Namaskara. Sashtanga Namaskara. Namaskara where your 8 limbs touch the ground. There are rules for women and men. The women kneel down and just lay. The men they fall like a stick. This is the difference. Okay, so these are the different grades of namaskara. In that he is talking about the namaskara holding your head on to the onto the crown of your head. Why? Because there is no physical person to do the prostration complete dandavat like a stick. He cannot fall down on somebody's feet. There is no feet here. There is no person here physically. Munitrayam, I am saluting those people who are not even here. So it is like this. Then if they are not even here, who is going to watch? Namaskritya. I'll just say Namaskritya over Namaskara. I don't even have to say it. No one is watching here, right? But this is to teach the disciple. So, okay, then I'll hold the hands in front of my heart. Simple. No, you have to teach him better. What is the best way to do namaskara then? It is to hold your hands above your head in Anjali Mudra. Why above the head? On the crown of your head, it is accepted the paduka of the Guru is there. It is placed there. So, saluting the Guru Paduka is this way, by holding your hands above your head. That is why when you go to the temple, old people generally they do this. They hold their hands above the head. Nowadays, people don't even do namaskar because they do go. They don't go to the temple first. Even if they go to the temple, they don't go to have the darshan of God, but they go there to give darshan to God. That is the problem. Okay. Now, this is the namaskara. But why do you do namaskara? Toshayitva, tushatosha, to please. So by doing this namaskara, you are pleasing someone. You are pleasing those three munis. Namaskarote he anjali shiras sanyogadi rupa व्यापारमार्थार्थकत्वे अकर्मकत्वावत्या द्वितीय अनुभवतेः. If namaskara is accepted just a physical exercise like holding your hand to your head, then shiras sanyogadi rupa vyaparamatratva, it is just a physical action. If you think, then it is akarmaka. Akarmaka tvapatya. It is akarmaka. Akarmaka means there is no action associated. Intransitive. There's a transitive verb, intransitive verb, etc. So there is no action associated with that word, that verb. Therefore, it will not be in second case. So we want to accept an action. That is why it is vyaparena toshitva, by pleasing. It is not just an action. It is an action to please another person. These three munis. Okay. So, namaskarote dvitiya anupate. That is why we are using it second case. Nanu. Fine. Okay. And namaskara. Okay. I did. Fine. But प्राचीनेषु प्रक्रियाकौमुद्यादिग्रन्थेषु वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तानां संग्रहात् तयैव ग्रन्थैः चरितार्थत्वात् किम् अनेन ग्रन्थेन इत्यतः. Why should you write this text itself? Why? What is your problem? Because prachineshu prakriya kaumudyadi granteshu. Even before this text is written, there is already a text which is called Prakriya Kaumudi. Before Siddhartha Kaumudi, there is a Prakriya Kaumudi and there is a Tika for it, Prasada, etc. When there is already a text called Prakriya Kaumudi, etc., Prakriya Kaumudi granteshu, Vaiyakarana Siddhantam Sangrahat. This, whatever you are promising, is already done. Vaiyakarana Siddhanta, Vyakarana Siddhanta, Vyakarana. What is Vyakarana? Vyakriyante Shabdan, Vyutpadyante iti Vyakarana. Vyakriyante Shabdan Padan, Vyutpadyante iti Vyakarana. Where you are establishing, you are deriving the words. Words means, the padas means the usable words for a language. So when that is what is done, that was done already in some other text, that Sangraha is already done in some other text, why do you have to worry about yourself in this? No, it's already done. Why do you have to start this text itself? This Siddhanta Kaumudi itself is useless. Iti Siddhanta Sangraha Charitarthatvat, and whatever you desire to do, that is already done. Charitarthatvat, it is already complete, over. The job is done, well done actually. So iti, why do you have to start? Kim Anena Granthena? What is the use of this text? Kim Anena Granthena, what is the use of this text? Ityataha, for this we answer Tadukti Paribhavyacha. That is the answer to that question. What is the use? Tadukti Paribhavyacha. Taduktihi. Taduktihi means Tasya Uktihi Uktayah. Tasya means Kasya Munitrayasya Uktayah. Tasya Ukti means Tadukti means Tasya Ukti. Shashti Tatpurush Samasa. Tasya Ukti Tadukti. Okay. Now Tadukti means Tasya Munitrayasya Uktayah. The three munis, their sayings, whatever they said, whatever they have said, Taduktayah. That is what is referred to as Taduktayah. Now, what did they say? Oh, one Muni was saying something when he was drinking tea in the tea shop. The other Muni, I don't know where. While we were walking down the road, I think. No, not those useless silly talks. Not those small talks. Sutra, Vartika, Bhashyatmaka, Grantharupa Vakyavalaya. Those, their sayings means, their sayings, whatever they have said in the Sutra, in the Vartika or Bhashya. The avali of the garlands of statements, that which they have made in those texts, those are their words. Those words, taha paribhavya. Those words, taduktihi paribhavya. Paribhavya means samyag alochya cha ityartha. Paribhavya cha means samyag alochya cha. Samyag means rightly, nicely. Alochya means by inquiring. After nicely inquiring into whatever they said, investigating, inquiring whatever they said. After putting your thought over whatever they said. Chintayitva iti. Bhudhato swarthika nijanta rupam. So with the bhudhatu, bhusattayam is the first dhatu. With that dhatu, when you are going to bring in nijanta in swarthikartha, swartha, in swarthikartha, it will be this form. Paribhavya. Paritaha pari upasarga sahita bhudhatu rupam. Paribhavya. Nijanta prakriya. In nijanta prakriya we saw this. In that form is paribhavya. Now wait. Is there some other prakriya, some other word possible? Yes, he says, taha paribhavya samyak alochati churadau hi bhuvo avakalpane ityatra nyanta bhu dhatoho chintarthatkatvam api vakshyati mulagateva. See, bhuvo avakalpane is the sutra. There, this bhudhatu also is, when it is nijanta, that nijanta bhudhatu can be used in the sense of chintana, thinking. This is going to be said by the Mulakrita. Mulakrita means the person who wrote the original text, meaning the Siddhanta Kaumudi text, meaning Bhattoji Dikshita himself. It is going to be said there by himself. So, nacha. But is there another possibility? Why are you trying to establish there is this usage, the whatever usage it is done is right? Why do you want to stress upon it? Is there some other usage? Yes, there is a possibility of misinterpreting this word. Why? Where sacha anadaraha paribhavaha paribhava stira kriya iti kosha virodaha shankya. Nacha kosha virodaha shankya. Nacha shankya. That is the association. Nacha shankya. Whenever you see nacha, that is not said by the opponent, but the Siddhanti himself plays the opponent's role. or there can be Siddhanta Ekadeshi, a person who is a grammarian, who aspires to be a grammarian, but he has doubts because of the past imprints. Or it can be the Siddhanta himself. He himself can present him, oh, don't ask that kind of question. I know you plan to ask that kind of question. Don't ask that question. He is rising himself. If the opponent is going to ask, he will say, Nano. He'll start with Nano. Okay. So this is Siddhanta Ekadeshi or the Siddhanti himself presenting the opponent's possible view. So don't say, don't doubt. That's a Sankhya. Don't doubt like this. What is my doubt? So that he is presenting. Anadaraha paribhavaha. Paribhavaha tiraskriya iti kosha virodha. There is a contradiction, virodha. There is a contradiction with the kosha, dictionary. So what is the contradiction with the dictionary? The dictionary says paribhavaha means anadaraha, tiraskriya. Anadaraha, tiraskaraha means to just let go. Not minding it, not giving it importance. So that is the meaning. By not giving respect to it, by disrespecting it, that is not the meaning I said. Yes, there is a possibility of that meaning to be gained based on the dictionary. Don't understand it in that way. Because Koshasya anyanta bhudhatu vishayatvat. Kosha in the dictionary, it is using the anyanta, that nijanta, that which is not a nijanta. So it is a no nyanta rupa, non nyanta rupa. Okay. So paro bhuvo avajnani iti sutrena tiraskararthe vartamanad anyantad परिपूर्वक भूधातोः भावे घञि परिभाव्य शब्दस्य व्युत्पाद्यमानत्वात् व्युत्पत्त्यवगमात्. It is very clearly understood how this word is derived at. Vyutpatti means derived. Avagamat, we understand it. Where? In the sutra called Paro Bhuvo Avakalpane. In this sutra, there with the Pari Upasarga Purvaka Bhudhatu, we apply ghai in the sense of bhava. Okay. So active voice, passive voice, and other bhavartha. Okay. So in that bhavartha, he is using it. Now, kartari prayoga, karmani prayoga, bhava prayoga. There is a third usage, bhava prayoga. Okay, different from active and passive voice, where there is no karta. That is the idea. We have already seen it in Adi Lagu at the final portions. Okay. Now, that is the difference between karmani, passive voice, and this bhava prakriya. In passive, there is a karta. The doer will be there. Subject will be there. In by me, etc. In bhava, there will be no subject. That is the difference. So whatever tense or whatever mood it is. Now here it is said that in that sutra it is a this paribhavya word is a derived in this sutra. Therefore, that is not nyanta. That is a difference. That is ghai anta. Okay, that which has ghai in the end. Okay. Evam taduktihi iti tat shabdasya. No, wait, we'll come to this. Now, Paribhavya is also used by Shri Harsha in Tattvabodhini Tika. He is giving Manasa Paribhavya Kinchit, Manasa Paribhavya Kinchit. In Naishatiya Charitra, he is using this. Okay, so there is a prior usage by a great person also, which I am reusing. There is no problem. That is another issue. So, what I wanted to say is here, I was explaining in Tamil also, some people accepting this WhatsApp forwards to be the truth etched on a stone. I think it's it is said by NASA. What did NASA say? They say NASA said that Sanskrit is the best language for artificial intelligence. These people who say that neither know Sanskrit nor know artificial intelligence. They are idiots in both sense. So the problem is NASA cannot say that. Even if NASA says that, it is not right. The problem is there should be a conscious person to think, to understand, to derive the meaning from a statement. A person who is not conscious enough, even if it is an artificial intelligence, cannot be relied on. Why? See, the very word paribhavya. Paribhavya can be in some other meaning, it can be in other meaning. Bhudhatu basically is a bhu sattayam, existence. Bhavati, bhavatah, bhavanti, we know. So it just declares the existence. But dhatu namane karthatva, there's a rule. Dhatu, a root word, can have multiple meanings. Based on that, this very bhu dhatu can be used in the sense of thinking. This very bhu dhatu can be used in the sense of disrespecting. It's possible. So there, which kind of meaning should be derived at is dependent upon a conscious being. Yes, artificial intelligence can derive at these three meanings and give you choice. Okay, you can take this, any one of this. But finally, I have to decide it. Then what is the use of artificial intelligence? It's not a proper. See, they think the subject, object, verb syntax is not fixed in Sanskrit. Just because it is not fixed, it does not make it a great language. Maybe that becomes a problem also for some people. So this is not the language for artificial intelligence. Full stop. Why? Because a simple word can confuse the system. Pari, bhu, dhatu can confuse the system. So he says, iti, evam, cha, taduktiriti, tat shabdasya, buddhista, paramarshitvad, praja mrkriya gaumudi, prasadadikratam, ukti, tiraskritva ityartha iti, vyakhyanam klishtatvad upekshitam. See, there is another set of people. They want to interpret this very word, tadukti, paribhavya. Paribhavya means disrespecting, just negating. Negating what? Tiraskritya, negating. Just negating or another disrespecting them. Whom? Tadukti, their words. Do you mean by disrespecting the great three saints? No, not them. You brought in, there is another text written by someone and there is commentary for them. Prakriya Kaumudi, etc. You said. Their book, by disrespecting and by negating them, I have written this. That is not a proper way. So it is klishtatvat. This kind of interpretation, what he says is taduktiriti tat shabdasya. Tad means that. You know that. When I'm speaking about something, I say, you know that I'm not able to put it in words, but it is there in my memory. I have recollected it, but I am not able to interpret it through words. So that means that which is there in the buddhi paramarshatvat. Paramarsha means to remember. I remember something, I connect it in my head, that system, that thing, prakriya kaumudi prasadadi krita. The prakriya kaumudi, etc. All those texts, whatever that text, uktihi, there, whatever they have said there in the text, tiraskritva, by negating it, by disrespecting it, ityartha iti vyakhyanam. This kind of commentary, klishtatvad upekshitam. We have given up this just because it is very difficult. It is very non-linear. It is not straight. It's not a straightforward understanding. Meaning, they are saying that this is the idea. Great people don't disrespect others. So I don't want to disrespect them. I want to see, just because I want to establish my commentary to be superior, I don't have to put down others' commentary. Let that be. If my commentary is better than them, let the people decide, let them study it. Why should I be worried about it? That is the idea of great people. So based on that, he says, I don't interpret it in that way. Some people think like that, but I don't want to interpret it in that way. That is negated by me. That idea is dropped by me. Upekshikam, dropped by me. अनेन स्वग्रन्थस्य मुनित्रय ग्रन्थ अनुयायित्वं प्राचीन प्रक्रियाकौमुदीयादीना आद्य ग्रन्थानां तद्विरुद्धत्वं च सूचितं. But indirectly he has pointed to something. Suchita means he has referred to something. What has he pointed? What has he implied? Suchitam, implied, pointed, referred, whatever meaning. So what has he implied here? His text, this text, Siddhanta Kaumudi, is based on the sayings of these great three saints. By saying that, if you say, what I said is right, there are 3-4 people, everyone claims themselves right. You say, no, what I said is right. Do you mean that he is wrong? Do you mean I am wrong? No, I don't want to say that. What I said is right. That is what we say. Right? So, similarly, this fellow says, what I said is right. By that, you are implying what you said is wrong. So, that is also referred. What the others, like Prakriya Kaumudi, their commentators, whatever they said, that is wrong. Why? They have not followed the great three saints. Iti Suchitam. That is referred here, that is pointed here, that is implied here. Tacha Praudamanoramayam Swayam Eva Mulakartra Prapanjitam Eva. And in Praudamanorama text, this very author, Bhattoji Dikshita, has already established that. Why the other text, Prakriya Kaumudi, etc., are not a proper text? Why this text is proper, etc., he has established it in a decent way. Therefore, Prapanjitam Eva. Vaiyakana Siddhanta Kaumudi iti Anvartha Sanyaya Vaiyakana Siddhantaha Pratipadyattvena Vishaya. What is the subject matter, etc., that we have to know? What is the Vishaya? What is the subject matter of the text? Vaiyakana Siddhanta Kaumudi, the name of the text, is based on the subject matter of the text. Therefore, Vaiyakana Siddhanta, declaring, explaining the philosophy of the grammar of Sanskrit, is what is the subject matter. Okay, what is the prayojana? What is the use of studying this? Because prayojan manudeshana mandobi pravartate. Without knowing the use, even an idiot will not put effort for anything. Leave alone this grammar. So he says, Anayasena tad avagamaha. Without any difficulty, understanding avagamaha, tad avagamaha, understanding that Sanskrit grammar is the use here of this text. Tasya granthasya cha janya janaka bhavaha sambandha. So the subject matter and the text. What is the relationship? Janya janaka bhava. Janya means that which is generated, manifested. Janaka means that which is the manifester, generator. So that which gives birth, that which is born. That which is born is the knowledge of the grammar. That which is giving birth to it is the text. So that is the relationship. We established it as Pratipadya Pratipadaka Sambandha. Pratipadya means that which is going to be established. Pratipadaka means that which is the establisher. So instead of established and establisher, he says the knowledge and the means. Okay, that which is going to generate that knowledge and that which is the means for that knowledge. Okay, that is the sambandha, that is the relationship. Now, Vaiyakana Siddhanta Jignasu Adhikari. A person, Jignasa, Jnatum Ichcha Jignasa. A person who desires to know the grammar rules is the eligible seeker, Adhikari. So now, the 4 pillars of a text called Anubandha Chatushtaya is established. Acha, Vaiyakana Siddhanta Nirupayishyan व्याकरणशास्त्रस्य मूलभूतानि 14 सूत्राणि पठति. Now, to he is starting to establish the philosophy of the grammar, Sanskrit grammar. Now, for that, even before entering the proper text, we have to understand these 14 sutras, which is like the root. Moola Bhutani. Moola Bhutani means the root cause, without which understanding grammar is impossible, not near to impossible, not next to impossible. It is impossible. Without knowing these sutras, without able to understand these sutras, understanding Sanskrit grammar is not possible. So, therefore, first he is declaring that 14 sutras. Now we enter the text proper. Now, till now, we were doing the prelude to the text. Okay, now the text proper. Atha Sanya Prakaranam. Atha Sanya Prakaranam. Now we are introducing you to the Sanya Prakaranam. Atha. Atha generally is hereafter. Therefore, Atha hereafter. Sanya. Sanya means name. Prakaranam means the subject, the book. Atha. See, Balamanorama started with Om, Mangaladini, etc. Om, that is the word, first word. Now here he starts with Atha. Atha Sanya Prakaranam in Yoga Sutra, Atha Yoganushasthanam, Yoganushasthanam in Vyakarana itself. Vruddhir Adej Adeng Gunah. Before all this, the first thing which you will read is Atha Shabdanushashanam. Atha, that is the first word. Now, what is the Atha? Atha is as auspicious a word as Om. In tradition, we accept Atha to be as auspicious as Om. There is a shloka also in tune with this idea. Omkarascha shabdascha dvau etau brahmanah pura kantam bhitva viniryantau tasmat mangalitau ubhau. Omkaraha atha shabdascha. Omkara and atha shabda, the word atha. Om and atha, both. Dvau etau, both these words, Brahmanah pura, from the Brahman's throat, pura, kantham bhitva. Kantham bhitva means tearing open the throat, viniryanto, they came out. These two words, Omkara and Atha, came out tearing open the throat of Brahman. Therefore, they are called as a... What is this? It killed Brahman. And something, because you tear open, it's not a thyroid operation. No, you tear open the throat, means you are killing a person. These two words killed a person, and that to Brahman, Brahmaji, and you say these are auspicious. Killing auspicious, what kind of logic is it? No. Kantam bhitva viniryanto means it came tearing open his throat, means not a voluntary action. That is the idea. In Vedas, it is said from the Ishvara, Tasya Nishpasitam Yedat Veda, etc. So the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda, Sam Veda, all these Vedas came as a outgoing breath. So, when this is what do you mean by that? So he exhaled, and through the exhalation it came out. Means he didn't put effort. It's not like Bastrika. It is not that. He didn't put any effort. You don't put any effort to inhale or exhale. So he just exhaled and the Vedas came out. Similarly, it just came out of it just came out of his throat. That's all. He didn't put any effort to make it happen. Omkara and Atha are so auspicious words. That is why. Okay. Now, Sanya. That is why he is starting with Atha. So, even though if you don't have a Mangala Charana, you can start with Atha or Om. That is enough. Okay. Now, Sanya. Sanya means name. Generally, Sanya means name. But what is this Sanya? Again, before entering the discussion on Sanya, Sanya Prakaranam. It is Sanya. Sanya. Okay, Nya. Nya. Why I have to stress it is when we chant Vedas, we chant this as Jnanam, Sanya, Nya, in the sense of Nya. Because in the North India, there is a school which, this grammarian school itself, which does not allow you to chant it as a Nya. Because Nya is a Sanyukta Akshara, is a compound character. Ij plus Jya, Ij plus Nya, Cha Cha Ja Ja Nya. That and Ich, when they both come together, when they are compounded, you get Nya. So therefore, they say in Sanskrit, the rule is whatever is written should be read as it is. So Jya, they'll say Jya, Jyanam, Jyanam, they'll say Jyanam, not Jnanam, Jyanam. But we will stick to our pronunciation Jnanam. Okay, so Jnanam, Sanya, Sanya means name. But the name here is not like Rama, Krishna, etc. That is not what we are going to discuss. Nor are we going to discuss this meaningless names they give, Pintu, Muntu, Pintu, etc. Not even that. Then what is that we are going to discuss? What kind of names? Here, Sangya names means Paribhasha, the epistemological term which is used in Sanskrit. Like when I say Pada, Pada means in Vedanta that which needs to be, that state which needs to be gained. But in Sanskrit, Suptingandam Padam. Supanting, the verbal and nominal declension is that which has the verbal and nominal declension is a Pada. Now, Vruddhi. When you speak about Vruddhi to a banker, it means interest. Vruddhi generally means growth. But Vruddhi here has a different meaning. When you say Guna, Guna means different things in different places. Guna means addition. Guna means the characters, attributes. Guna means Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Different things. But Guna here is different. Adeng Guna, you know. So these are proper epistemological term that pertains only to this Shastra. Okay. So Atha Sanya. Prakaranam. Third word is Prakarana. Prakarana means not Prakrishtena Karanam. Prakarana is interpreted in this way. Shastra Ekadesha Sambandham Shastrantarestam Ahur Prakaranam Nama. That is the declension. That's the meaning they give. Shastra Ekadesha Sambandham. That which is associated, that which is a portion of a Shastra. Shastrantarestam in some Shastra. A portion of the Shastra in any Shastra, when we discuss that portion, that single portion is called as Prakarana. So that is why Prakarana, based on this word Prakarana, I said each one, this whole text is made of multiple small texts. So when you call this Prakarana, it's a Grantha, it is an independent text. What does this Prakarana do? This Prakarana deals with the names pertaining to the Sanskrit grammar, that which is important to Sanskrit grammar. One portion. It does not deal with the nominal case. It does not deal with the verbal case. It does not deal with the compound words. So there is no Subanta, there is no Tinganta, there is no Samasanta. Nothing else, only the name, epistemological terms, which are necessary, which are the base for the other text. Not all the names are declared here, the important ones. Okay, Sanya Prakaranam, that is the meaning. Now, these 14 sutras are like Vedas, and in Vedas, we have a tradition. The Guru chants it once, and the disciples repeat it twice. Okay, so for people who have not attended the Adi Lagu or my Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi, for them this is important. Why? Because they have not chanted it earlier. They have to start chanting it properly now. For that, I again suggest you to go to the Adi Lagu first few classes, where I teach you to pronounce each character properly. E, U, etc. It's not just the way I move my mouth. It has to do with the place of pronunciation. E, U. It's not E, U. E, U, from the throat. E from the inside tongue. U from the lips. That is the position. So each one of them should be chanted from that very particular place. That is the sadhana here. Okay. E, un. E, un. E, un. Ril, rik. Ril, rik. Ril, rik. E, ong. Ye, ong. Ye, ong. I, ouch. I, ouch. I, ouch. Haya, varat. Ha should be Mahaprana. Just give more prana to it. Breathe to it. Ha, ya, varat. Not yavara. Ha, ya, varat. Run. Run. The palatal. Run. You have to touch the upper palate. Run. Nya, ma, nga, na, nam. Nya, ma, nga, na, nam. Nya, ma, nga, na, nam. Jha, bhai. Jha, bhai. Jha, bha. Pronounce properly. Jha, bhai. Dha, dha, dhash. Dha, dha, dhash. Dha, dha, dhash. Okay. Ja, ba, ga, da, dash. Now, gha, dha, dhash. Again, the next is ja, ba, ga, da, dash. Okay. Ja, gha, dha, dhash. Ja, ba, ga, da, dash. See, the same gha, dha, dhash and ga, da, dash. The same thing. And there it is gha, dha, dha. Shakara, murdhani shakara. Here it is a sh. Talavi shakara. Okay. Gha, dha, dhash. Ja, ba, ga, da, dash. Kha, pha, cha, tha, tha. Cha, ta, tau. Kha, pha, cha, tha, tha. Cha, ta, tau. Kha, pha, cha, tha, tha. Cha, ta, tau. Ka, pai. Ka, pai. Ka, pai. Sha, sha, sar. Sha, sha, sar. Hal. Hal. Iti maheshwani sutranyanadi sanyarthani. Yeshamantya itaha. Lan sutre akarascha. Hakara ishvakarna uchcharanartha lan sutre tu ichangya. That is how we saw there in that. The wordings are different here. Everyone should chant, everyone can chant. This is Vedas, true, but it is not, it is equivalent to Vedas. It is not Vedas like the Veda, Atharvaveda, Rig Veda, etc. Okay, everyone should chant Sanskrit as a language. Now, and again, another thing is, this is from Maheshwara, but this is not for the sake of Panini. It was not produced for the sake of Pranini. The sounds were produced for the sake of the Sanaka, etc. Siddhas. That we have to understand. Okay. Now we'll chant these 14 sutras properly every day. Okay. Now I okay. Yes, we will see this Tika. Maheshwarani Sutrani Anadi Sanyarthani. This is a very important sutra. We have to chant this properly. Try to pronounce it. Try to pronounce it from proper places. See, this is what I wanted to say again. So I think is the place of pronunciation. All the characters are here. This is a mantra. This is a mantra. Properly chanted, this can lead you to moksha also. Okay, like Om Namah Shivaya. Ayundrulrik is a mantra. It could be chanted. Now, like we have yantras for chanting a mantra in a proper way. We call it prasharana. And for doing prasharana, you have to do yantra puja, things like that. Okay. Now, that is a part of it. Or murti puja. You don't have to perform only yantra puja. You can perform puja for a statue. Anything. For a lamp also it can be done. Now, for drawing the yantra, there are different things on which you can draw the yantra and with which you can draw the yantra. You can use a plate, copper plate, gold plate, silver plate, whichever, doesn't really matter. And what you have to use writing, for writing, what kind of ink you should have to use. You can also use the bark, some tree bark which looks like a sheet, bhurj patra, etc. So you can write on it. And what you have to write on it, you can write on kumkum. Using kumkum, you can use chandan, etc. There are different things, it is said. Now, whichever you use, whatever you use for writing does not really matter, but the eligibility to write is different. Not everyone who knows to write a yantra can write. That's what people do. That's why the mantras don't give results. The person should have chanted at least 1,00,000 times, at least 1,00,000 times, the mantra which is called as a bija mantra, akshara bija mantra, akshara mala, from akara to shakaranta and shakara to akaranta, akaradi shakaranta, shakaradi akaranta, am, etc. It should be chanted 1,00,000 times, anuloma pratiloma. Only after that you can write the mantra, because each akshara is a bija mantra. Is a bija mantra, and each bija mantra, each character itself is a divine character actually. Why? Because each character has a deity as a dhyana shloka. It's a mantra. In each character is a mantra. So Kanchi Mahapariva, he invited this great sculptor called Ganapati Stapati, and he chanted this Mangala Dhyana Shloka and visualized the form and told him this form. This is how this deity will look like. She will have the hands, this hand, this thing in this hand, and that thing in that hand, etc. And according to his description, the drawings were made. That is there in. They have printed a book on it also. Kanchi people didn't do it. Some people there in Gujarat, they have done it. I have a copy. I'll show you the photos, some photos at least. Try to show you. So this chanting is a very important thing. We want to learn Sanskrit. If you want to learn Sanskrit, this is very important. And the important thing is to chant it properly. If you say Gadadash instead of Gadadash, then you have lost. You cannot go further. Sanskrit is not for you. So try to see the characters in front of you. Okay, visualize it. That is the thing. So we'll try to chant it every day, like we did in Adilugu or Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. We'll chant every day while we begin the class. Okay, after the Mangalacharana. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.